What is up, ladies and gents? You know what time of day it is. It's XCN time, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the recent price here on XCN. We're actually going to be talking about whether it's over here on XCN. A little bit of a vibe change from my previous videos. We've obviously been seeing this downtrend now on Onyxcoin for quite a while. It's been at least a few weeks here on Onyxcoin where it's just generally been moving in this horrible downwards direction. And of course, we really have to address that in this video. So of course, we're going to talk about that. But we're also going to be talking about the price prediction, where we think the price is going to over the next few days and weeks, as well as my 2025 target here for Onyxcoin. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you're new here, then welcome to this channel. If you do like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back to the channel. Of course, as always, it's great to have you all here. Now, the main question we're going to answer on this video is it actually over for Onyxcoin? Are we just going to keep on going in this downward slope? This bearish trend that we've had for the past few weeks on Onyxcoin, is it just going to head back down to where it was before we even pumped in the first place? Of course, if you're holding XCN, let me know first down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys and what you guys are feeling here on Onyxcoin. Are you bullish or bearish? Of course, for a lot of you guys that are bearish, I can completely understand how you are feeling. I can imagine that you're worried about the price right now, that you're maybe a little bit on edge if you've been looking at the charts recently, because of course, as we know, facts are facts, and the fact is here on Onyxcoin is that it's been in a downtrend now for quite a while, for a few weeks at least, where we've seen the price is following this downwards trend, as you can see, marked by this resistance here, which has kept the price heading downwards here. And this feels like it's lasted forever. Of course, if we measure that, it's only been since the end of January. But right now, if you're holding XCN, it does feel like, especially if you're looking at your portfolio a lot, that things are just getting worse and worse. And I can completely understand how you are feeling. But let me tell you guys, this is natural in a bull market. I personally do not think it is over for Onyxcoin. I don't think we're going to be in this downtrend forever. And there's so many reasons why I am still bullish here on Onyxcoin. I'm not just saying that as well. I have a lot of reasons why I think Onyxcoin is going to be shooting up. Let's have a look at some of the main examples that we have on this channel. Let's go to telcoin, for example. Telcoin, another one that I've covered on this channel. Have a look at telcoin here. And when you're looking at telcoin, I just want you guys to think about how Onyxcoin looks versus telcoin right now. Look at telcoin's price action. Of course, from the presidential election at the start of November 2024, telcoin did this monster run up 527%, so a 6x in the space there of a month. A very nice return for anyone holding telcoin at that point. But imagine you bought telcoin up here, for example. You bought telcoin at the end of November, start of December. You paid 0.6 cents for telcoin in this region. Look at how long this consolidation downwards lasted on telcoin. So if you bought here, for example, let's just say it was there, you had to have held telcoin for 73 days before this run up in price. Over the past few days on telcoin, we've seen this really nice 80% pump from the upwards direction after breaking this resistance that we have here. And this resistance lasted 2 months here on telcoin, 73 days to be exact, before you would have seen a return of your investment if you bought telcoin at the start of December. Of course, anyone who bought telcoin now up until 2021 is completely in profits. Like if you bought at any point here in telcoin, you're now in profits. So of course, patience pays off. If you have a look at Onyxcoin, how long have we been in this consolidation for? Let's go on the 1-day chart and let's just compare that to telcoin. Guys, if you bought at the very top here, let's say it's the 26th of January, we've only been in a downtrend here for 20 days. Remember, on telcoin, that was 73 days in a very similar downtrend that we saw. Price was going sideways. The sentiment was pretty bad as well. There was a lot of people very, very nervous. And all of a sudden, we saw this really nice breakout. So in a bull market, it's natural that cryptos will have different times when they start to shine. Of course, one crypto may shine in January, the next one may shine in February. And of course, that's just natural in crypto. You know, we're not going to see pumps 24/7 on Onyxcoin. It's not just going to be up only throughout 2025 here for Onyxcoin. There's going to be times where things get boring, where things get red, where buyers take their profits, and the price just slowly bleeds out because there's more sellers than there is buyers. But that at some point will change. I truly believe that. Of course, they're earning gas fees at the moment. They're burning the token, making it a deflationary supply. They've got a working layer 3 blockchain now that's ready for new use cases, new partnerships to come in and partner with Onyxcoin. And of course, Onyxcoin are a smart team. They're not just going to release information when they know the chart is bearish. They're going to wait until the crypto market is generally better. You know, when we start seeing lots and lots of cryptos pumping a lot here, and then they're going to release bullish information, maybe an announcement of a new partnership, maybe they're going to tell us how much XCN they've burnt. Whatever the case is, they're going to be making these announcements, these very bullish announcements, when the time is right. And of course, when the chart is bleeding, that's not the right time. Again, of course, same with the layer 1. Of course, same with the tier 1 listings. We haven't yet got a Binance listing here on Onyxcoin. We haven't yet got a Robinhood listing, things like that. These announcements could come later in the year when the time is right. But for now, we just got to exhibit patience. Here's another true story as well. I literally bought Sui. I don't know if you guys know this crypto, but it's a layer 1 blockchain here. It's a Solana competitor, smaller market cap, but you know, there was a lot of attention of it back in early 2024, and I remember buying Sui at this level here. You know, I bought when everything started pumping. If you were there in 2024, you would have remembered this. At the start of 2024, all the cryptos went up. I bought in this region here on Sui. I bought at roughly $1.60. As you can see, in a short space of time, my investment was up roughly 30% on Sui. Of course, that happened in the space of a few weeks, but I continued to hold. You know, I had a longer term vision here on Sui. And of course, as you guys can see, this Sui bleed was absolutely nuts. I know exactly how you guys are feeling, because from this point forwards, it was basically April until the end of September there, 170 days, I was completely in the red in Sui. I bought Sui, I believed in its long-term vision, I still do, and I had to wait 170 days before my investment on Sui was green again. Look how long Sui was in a downtrend for. It literally went down all the way from $2.16 to literally 48 cents there. I was nearly down 70% from my initial investment there on Sui. And you know, these are the kind of downswings that we can come to expect in crypto. Of course, right now, as you can see, Sui did perform extremely well in 2025. It topped out there at roughly $5.35. But bear in mind, guys, that these swings in crypto are normal. It takes a lot of patience to make money. And that's exactly what we're seeing now with XCN. You know, at the end of the day, this downtrend here on XCN, it could last a few more days, it could last a few more months here, but of course at some point it's all going to be worthwhile. We are in the very capable hands of the Onyx team. They've already showed us what Onyx is capable of. Of course, if it wasn't worthy, it wouldn't have pumped this whole 20x in the space of 2 weeks there. So, you know, the Onyx team are doing something correct with this. They're in the right niche in crypto. This is the payment infrastructure niche, which is a $1 trillion industry in the world, global payment infrastructure, which is getting revolutionized by crypto. So we are in the right niche on Onyxcoin. So in my opinion, it's just a matter of time before we start to see new highs again. So, but for now, the facts are the facts. We are in this downwards trend. So we're just going to have a closer look at what's going on here with Onyxcoin. Maybe make a few predictions in the shorter term here. Because of course, as you guys may know, if you've watched my previous videos, this is our resistance here on the price. Very strong resistance that I've already mentioned, because the price has come up to this gray line on multiple different occasions here. You can see a nice clear touch there of the line, another clear touch of the line, and we have a third one in this region. Like I said as well, this line can be drawn slightly differently depending on how you look at this. This was another resistance that I was following. So with this one in mind, it looks like we could have broken above it already. But nonetheless, we are still stuck in a downwards trend here on Onyxcoin. But the interesting thing that I am potentially looking at that could be short-term bullish here for Onyxcoin is something going across like this. Now, this is significant in my opinion, because if we just zoom out on the whole chart, back onto the one-day chart here, you can see at the start of 2023, the price came up to touch this blue resistance here. We saw it come up again at the start of 2025 to touch this blue resistance, and now it's being used as a support. So we have a clear support resistance flip, and as long as Onyxcoin can keep above above this line, then we could have a potential bullish triangle forming. Of course, what we could potentially see over the next few days might follow something a little bit like this, where we stick to this triangle formation here, and if we break past the resistance, we have a clear trade on the table, in my opinion. Of course, what we could be looking at here on Onyxcoin is a price target of the first test of support and resistance. This is how you measure the price target from a triangle. Let's take this shallower triangle first and foremost, this one here with the gray line, and we drag that to wherever we see the breakout. As you guys can see, depending on wherever we break out, we get a different price target, but that gives us 120% trade in the upwards direction. So let's say this happens by the end of February, we get a price target here on Onyxcoin of 4.6 cents. So quite an exciting short-term structure that we're seeing here. Of course, if we fall below this triangle, let's say the market just continues to bleed out and we start to see the prices do something like this, then we can also see a price target to the downside from this triangle here of exactly the same length. That would take the prices down to 0.8 cents on Onyxcoin. So just be aware of that as well. If we do lose the 1.8 cents level, then that could trigger off this triangle as well. Of course, I'm also looking at this at a trend line. So this is another trend line that I still think is valid here on Onyxcoin. It goes across a little bit like this. And if we just delete the other one, you guys can see to the same effect that the price has used it as a support and resistance on lots of different occasions here. And if we measure And if we have a look at this, it actually means that we've already broken out to the upside. Now, again, with this triangle that we've seen, we expect to see this as a price target. The distance between the first test of support and resistance, we drag that to where we saw the breakout, which was on the 13th of February. And that potentially gives us a price target here of 6.8 cents here on Onyxcoin. Of course, at the moment, the price has come down a little bit. If we go back underneath this resistance, that could invalidate this triangle. But for now, we are actually still above that gray line. So this could definitely be in play in the shorter term. Of course, longer term here on Onyxcoin, as you guys may or may not know, I'm always going to be bullish as long as we stay above 1.8 cents-ish there on Onyxcoin, because of the fact that we've seen this longer term pattern. Have a look at this bit first. This is the handle of that longer term pattern. As you can see, we had this short downwards consolidation before a clear breakout to the upside. On the longer term, if we zoom out, we get this 2-year-long cup formation. It's basically a huge dome, and this forms the basis for a cup and handle pattern, and we've broken out to the upside. The price target from this sits at between 37 to 38 cents, and of course this should be in play because we saw a clear breakout to the upside. And so for now, we just wait, we let the market do its thing. At some point in 2025, my guess is going to be Q3 or Q4 of 2025, so between June all the way to December 2025, we could see 37 to 38 cents hits because of this pattern. Of course, at the end of the day, we've still got plenty of different things to look forward to. Have a look at these things that I reposted. For example, at the moment, we are not in an altcoin season. That means Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins like Onyxcoin at the very moment. And as you can see from this chart, it looks like we could have potentially bottomed if we use history as our lesson. Altcoin season 2021, altcoins did really well when this chart was extremely bullish. And at the moment, we could be seeing a reversal in 2025. If we start heading up here on this graph, then that could mean we get an altcoin seasons, and that would allow coins like XCN to flourish. Another one that I want to show you guys is this Bitcoin dominance. This is also another gauge for altcoin season or not. When we get this massive drop here on Bitcoin dominance like we saw in 2021, then that's when we get an altcoin season. And at this very point in time, as you guys can see, we've got lots of technical patterns showing us that this uptrend on Bitcoin dominance may not last. Of course, we saw a clear breakdown back in November 2024 there. The price tried to reclaim bullish trend once again. It was a massive wick to the upside, and now we're starting to head back down again. So my guess on this chart is that we do something like this, where it takes a bit of time for Bitcoin dominance to break, but when it does, this downwards action is going to be rapid here. That's going to give us a glorious altcoin season where coins like XCN are going to pump hard while Bitcoin is static at its level, wherever that may be. My guess will be somewhere around the $150,000 region, but that's going to give us a really really nice altcoin season. So some other bullish things that I want to show you guys just briefly as well as to why I think it's not over here on Onyxcoin is everything here on this list. At the moment, like I say, we've got a massive token burn on Onyxcoin. The supply is constantly getting reduced. As you guys can see, the 24-hour volume here on Onyxcoin was $110 million. So even if a tiny portion of that gets burnt, imagine like even only $10,000 worth of Onyxcoin gets burnt in that 24 hours period. That's $10,000 a day of Onyxcoin burns. That's going to make the supply deflationary. That's going to bring the market cap down here. And of course, if the demand increases, then we should see prices appreciate in the long term. There's plenty of other things, Binance, Robinhood exchange listings that we've not yet seen here for Onyxcoin, potential partnerships, you know, and just things just for the general crypto industry. Crypto ETFs, we've got XRP ETF coming out. That's going to be very bullish for XCN. Regulatory clarity, seasonality is on our side. Quarter 1 2025 is very bullish at the moment. Potential digital asset strategic reserve. Imagine if Donald Trump buys up a bunch of different cryptos for his strategic reserve, not just Bitcoin, but he buys up XRP and he buys up other USA made cryptos like Onyxcoin, for example. You know, I'm just hypothesizing at the moment, but you know, this could be a potential future. It's an extremely bullish future here for crypto. Quantitative easing where the interest rates go down and so many more reasons there. Of course, I made a full video explaining all these reasons here on this channel. It's called 14 Reasons Why. Click on that video that should pop up on the screen right now if you want to see that. And of course, if you're holding XCN at this very current point in time, then make sure you click on this video on the screen. It will show you exactly how to stake your XCN and where you can earn free passive income in XCN just for staking the XCN you were already holding. Of course, guys, that's a wrap from me on this video. In case you missed the message, I am still extremely bullish here on Onyxcoin. Of course, we are slowly bleeding out, but there's some short-term things that could tell us that we could be heading higher. Of course, if we continue to bleed out, then in the longer term, I'm still going to be bullish here on Onyxcoin. We're still holding up extremely well, over 10x from where it was at the start of January. And I do think we've got a lot of bullish things around the corner here for Onyxcoin. We just need to wait for the right time. And like I say, that could be a few days, could be a few weeks, could be a few months, but we just need to be patient and get to it. So of course, guys, that's the main takeaway from this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.